Peace be upon you, grade 4. As you know, we are in unit number 14, and the title of this unit is We Were Fishing, and today's lesson is going to be lesson number 3 and lesson number 4. In today's lesson, we're going to learn a grammar rule, and we will learn how to write dates correctly, and we will talk also about the differences between saying the date and writing the date. So let's get started with the first task here, which is read and learn. The first thing that we have in this box is this sentence. We say and write dates differently. And this is a fact. So now let's try to say the dates that we have here. Let's start with the first one. The first one, the correct way to say this date is 22nd of June 1997. 22nd. This is the way to say this date correctly. I would like you to notice how we write it. We write it as the 22nd of June 1997. Some people might say 1997, it's okay, but the correct way, the better way is to say 19, to separate this number to two sides, 19 and then 97. Now, the ND that we have here is an abbreviation for the word second. So instead of writing second, we only write ND. For the second example that we have, the way to say this date is the 4th of October 2009. 4th. Okay? So we only add the TH and we pronounce it as 4th. And this is the way to write the date completely. The 4th of October, comma, 2009. So when you want to write the year, you have to put a comma and then complete with the year. Okay, so now let's move to the second part of this box. So let's try to imagine if someone is asking you, when was you born? Your answer is going to be, I was born, and then you have to use a preposition. Well, the usage of the preposition depends on the way you're going to tell the date. So for example, let's have a look on the example that we have here. My dad was born in 1971. So we only mention the year. We only have the year here. We don't have the day, we don't have the month. So the preposition that we're going to use is in. My dad was born in 1971. I was born, for example, in 2002. The same. When you're only mentioning the year, you have to use in. But if you are mentioning the whole date, including the day, including the month, including the year, the preposition is going to be on. Let's move to the white box here to the right. Use the correct preposition with years and months. He was born in 1971. So as we said, when you are mentioning the year, the preposition, the correct preposition for this is in. The second example, he was born on 9th of July 1971. So now you're mentioning the day of the month and the year, so the correct preposition is on. Right now we will move to task number 2, and it's a speaking activity. What we need to do here is to read the dates that we have and then form questions and answers. So here we have 4 different pictures for people when they were kids, I guess. And what we need to do is just to form questions for each of these pictures and then write an answer. Of course, we must be careful with writing the dates, because when we talk about the year only, the preposition used is in. When we talk about the month and the year, it is on. So we have to be careful with using the correct prepositions. Now let's have a look on the first picture. Picture number 1, we have this baby wearing a blue shirt, and the name of this baby is Paul. When you want to talk about Paul, we have the whole date. We have the day, we have the month, and then we have the year. The question is, when was Paul born? The answer is going to be, he was born, and then we will start writing the whole date because we have the whole date. He was born on. Why on? Because we have the whole complete date with the day, with the month, with the year. It's not only the year as the next picture. So he was born on the 3rd of March, then the comma, 1999. The 3rd. This is the way how we write 3rd. It's right here. And the way we pronounce it is 3rd. So RD, it's like an abbreviation. Alright, let's move to the second picture. And now we will talk about Liz. We only have the year. So the question is going to be, when was Liz born? When we have the year only, we have to use, look at this box, at the white box right here, up here. When we have the year, we only use in, the preposition in. So the answer is going to be, she, because she's a girl, she was born in 1950. So this is how to write the whole date correctly. When was Liz born? She was born in 1950. This is how we write 1950, and we said that we use the preposition in when we have the year only. So this means that Liz is 70 years old now. Look at the picture. Even the picture is in black and white. Alright, let's move to the third picture that we have. We have a twins in this picture, Simon and Matt. They were born, so the question is going to be, when, where Simon and Matt born? Why do we use where? Because they are two, so we use where with the plural. Alright? So the answer is going to be, they were born, and then we have the whole date with the day, with the month, and the year. So the preposition that we use in this case is going to be on. So they were born on the 4th of May, then we have to write the comma, 1997. We will write it together. You can write the answers of this task on your notebooks. Now let's check the answer of the third picture, which is for Simon and Matt. So the right way to write the question is, when were Simon and Matt born? And we said that we use where when we talk about the plural because we have to. The answer is going to be, they were born on. The preposition on, because we have the whole complete date, on 4th of May, then comma, and then we will write the year, which is 1997. Of course, you have to write the names of the months with big letters, right? So the same as you have here, we write May with capital M. Now let's talk about the last picture that we have, which is for Alf, and it was in 1932. I would like you just to notice the difference between the pictures. Some of the pictures are colored, some of the pictures are in black and white, and some of them seems to be quite old, like this one. And look at the date, it's 1932. So this means that the age of this person is around 88 years old. So how are we going to form a question? We will say, when was Alf born? The only thing that we have here is the year, so we don't have the complete date with the day and the month and the year. So the way to say that is, he was born in. The preposition in, this is the way to write it when we have only the year. Alf was born in 1932. Now we will write it together, and I would like you to write it too in your notebooks. So this is the way how to write the question and the answer about Alf. When was Alf born? He was born in 1932. Now we will move to task number 3. What you need to do here is to write about when you and your family were born. So you can do this in your notebooks. You can write I was born in and then mention the date. If you want to write only the year, the right thing to do is to write the preposition in. If you want to mention the whole date, including the day, including the month and the year, you have to use the preposition on. Right now we will move to task number 4, and here we will listen and sing this song, and the title of this song is When Sally Was Born. So after we listen to the song, I just want you to notice that the tense we use in this song is past continuous, and we have studied this grammar rule in the previous lessons. Now let's move to page 105 or 105, and the next lesson is going to be phonics and spelling, which is lesson number 4. So in such lessons we have 2 different groups of words, and they have different way of spelling, but they have the same sounds. This is what we're going to learn today, inshallah. And the first thing that we're going to start with is task number 1. What you need to do here is to listen, point, and repeat. So you are going to listen to these words that you have inside these 2 groups or boxes. Please listen carefully. So the recording jumped to task number 2, and now we will repeat the words together. So we will start with the first box that we have here. The first word is addition. I'd like you to notice the letters that are written with green color in the first group and the letters that are written with blue color in the second group of words. So the first thing is addition, subtraction. Addition is this equation when you add number to another. Subtraction is the opposite when you have the minus sign here. Then question and invitation. So this means that T-I-O-N, we pronounce these 4 letters as shin. Addition, subtraction, question, invitation. Now let's move to the second group, and here we only have 2 words. Fashion, S-H-I-O-N. Cushion, S-H-I-O-N. So we have the same sound in the first group, which is shin, but the spelling is different. So that's why we need to take care when we write the words. We must try to write the correct spelling of these words. So let's try to repeat the words in this group. So we have fashion with S-H-I-O-N and cushion with the same letters. In this group, T-I-O-N give us the sound shin. Now we will move to task number 2, and here we have to listen and read. So we have 2 different pictures. We have some sentences that are related to these pictures. What we need to do is to listen carefully, and then we will go to task number 3, which is connected to task number 2, and we have to circle the words that include the sounds shin. Alright? So now listen carefully and try to follow the sentences line by line. Now we will read it for one more time together. So picture number 1 says, at school we had maths competition. Please try to listen carefully. Competition. We had to answer questions about addition and subtraction. Carl won. Picture number 2, we're talking about Layla got an invitation to a fashion show. There were lots of people there, so she sat on the floor on a cushion. What we need to do now is to circle the words with T-I-O-N, and we pronounce it as chin, and underline the words with S-H-I-O-N. So put a circle on the words with T-I-O-N, like competition, the word that we have here, and you need to underline the words with S-H-I-O-N. We will do it together. So at school we had maths competition. Put a circle, it's already there. We had to answer questions. So the word questions include the T-I-O-N and the sound sh. Shin. Put a circle here. These questions were about what? They were about addition, T-I-O-N, and subtraction with T-I-O-N. So put a circle on these 2 words, addition and subtraction. Now let's move to picture number 2, and here we're talking about Layla, who got an invitation to a fashion show. The word invitation ends with T-I-O-N and the sound is chen. So put a circle on this word, this one, and then to a fashion show. So we still have the same sound, which is shen, but the spelling is different. So underline this word, fashion. Put a line under this word. There were lots of people there, so she sat on the floor on a cushion. This is the cushion, she's sitting on it. And you have to put a line under this word, cushion, because it ends with S-H-I-O-N, and this is what we are required to do. The last activity that we have on this page, which is 105, is task number 4. What you need to do here is to look at the pictures. We have 6 pictures, and what we need to do is to write these words in the correct boxes. So the words that ends with T-I-O-N must be written here, and the words that ends with S-H-I-O-N must be written here. So this means that we have 4 words in this box and 2 words in this box. The first one is already done for you. This is addition, addition sign. Now, what is this? What do we call this sign? When we write a question, we put this mark at the end of the question. So this is a question mark. So the word is question. Where do you think we should write this word? Is the word question ends with T-I-O-N or S-H-I-O-N? The second is fashion. This is a fashion show. Where do we need to put this word? And then we have the subtraction sign. We have a card here and it says come to my party, so this is an invitation. And the last picture that we have is cushion. We sit on it. So I would like you to think of the correct answers for this task, and we will check the answers and the words together in a minute. So here you have the answers of the first box, the box that includes the letters T-I-O-N. So please write these words in the first box, which includes T-I-O-N. The words that we have are addition, question, subtraction, and invitation. Write all of these words in the first box, which is this one. Addition, question, subtraction, and invitation. And now we will check the answers of the words that ends with S-H-I-O-N. In the second box you have to write the 2 words fashion and cushion, and both of these words ends with the same letters and the same sounds of the words in the first group. So fashion and cushion, write these 2 words right in this box. Please make sure to write in a clear way, and that's it for today's lesson. All the best.